talking. Fuck you, watch that.
For what? He's doing scrims or something? Or can you not hear me? Oh, we're not supposed to be talking. Sorry, people that are in the stream already, we're not supposed to be talking. I'm sure the music's really great.
And we're live. Hi, everybody. Oh, Rob, you're muted. Rob, no, hear you, Rob. Still nobody can hear you. Yes, BTBtv technical problems. Alright. Well, while Rob's figuring that out, we have a show for you guys today. It's going to be a slightly abbreviated show. If you don't know from the graphic, that's Sang Mao, Rob up there, Molly's like over there. So we're just going to do a short show because we have a scrim between Master Theory and Perfect Mix coming up after this. Rob, I think your mic's working now. I can hear it.
Good.
Up the volume a little bit. But yeah, so tonight we've just got some updates on the Spring Challenge, as well as some updates from the Halo Bulletin and stuff like that. Molly's got some updates with seating. So, Rob's shit broke again.
How?
Oh, well, no, it's not broken. It's just ridiculously quiet.
Really? Awesome. That's great news.
Well, we'll start with a small reminder. If anyone is new, or if you've forgotten, there's a gamer tag that we're adding people for customs on. BTB net space customs will be a gamer tag run by one of the moderators here, Swoko, where he'll just be inviting people. I think he starts customs most nights at 8 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to get on custom lobbies, practice up for the spring tournament, anything like that, just have some fun. That's what those customs are there for. And, oh, I heard you sniff.
Like working now?
Oh,
Yeah, it's still kind of low, though.
Just put it in your mouth and yell.
Right? I don't get that.
That's what
right.
she said.
I'll check the... All right. So, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I'm good? All right. So, yeah, welcome to the tonight's episode of BTBtv. As Ruben said, we have talk of our custom gamer tag that he just gave you guys. We have spring tournament updates. We have a big thank you to some of the groups that have given us some community support and some partnerships, and some weapon balancing and the international players that are wanting to sign up. But the biggest stuff people want to talk about is I want to think it would be the international players and the weapon balancing. So let's go ahead and get the argument part of the show out of the way. And let's go with what would be the only pro I could see is it would be a real best of the best, right? I mean, if everybody is allowed to play, then you truly know who is the best team. That's the only pro I see involved here. And there's a whole list of cons.
Well, I mean, best of the best if there was a perfect connection.
Right, if we could all meet on an island in the middle of the Atlantic.
Yeah, if we could, yeah.
With Google Fiber powering it.
I mean, there's not
Exactly.
like the asterisk next to it that says, you know, no international teams or whatever. But I guess you would have the asterisk next to it that said, you know, won because of connection.
Yeah, one because of teleporting.
Post-win, but...
Like, that's kind of the biggest factor for anyone who may or may not be from like the EU or Australia, anything like that, New Zealand. It's not that we don't want you guys to play, it's that it becomes really frustrating for both parties when the game becomes like, oh, I guess I'll put up with the connection because I want to play. That's one thing, but then when there's money on the line, it becomes like, we just got screwed out of $1,000 because we couldn't kill X person.
Yep.
Yeah, it's one thing if the connection may not be perfect, but it's playable for scrims. It's another thing when there's money on the line.
Yeah,
it's a whole different story.
Yeah, I don't. The last thing someone wants is to, and I've told this to a couple other people that have asked. No one wants to watch that either. No one wants to watch a player getting shot through walls or trying to shoot down a teleporting banshee, or as we saw in a clip I watched earlier today, a railgun not just go through a wall but also hit the box that was in front of the wall. Like, it hit a box, then went through the box, and then killed a guy on the other side of a wall. That's just, you can't have that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, it'd be nice if we could land, but obviously we can't do that, so the next best thing is to try and, you know, get connections that are at least decent enough.
Right. And as we've said in the past,
right.
As we've said in the past, if we get enough of a market, enough interest, we'll make a separate one for EU players. Hell, I'd make it a separate one for Australian Oceania players too, if there was enough people that wanted to play.
Yeah. And I mean, even right now, like, I pretty much am 95% sure that we're not gonna let the French teams play. But I mean, I'm also willing to let them run some scrims against multiple American teams. It needs to be more than just one, and to test the connection. And if it's pretty much a perfect connection, then we would consider it. But other than that, it's pretty much not going to happen. So they really shouldn't get their hopes up, to be honest. And it's the policy we've always had. I mean, that hasn't changed. We had that in league, and we've had that for other tournaments, that the majority of players on the team needed to be from North America, and you could have like a couple or a few international players on your team, but the majority of your players need to be from North America. It's always been our policy, and I would hate to change it right now, right when we have $1,000 on the line.
Yeah,
seems really dumb time to change it, honestly, without testing it first.
Yeah, I think the most we've ever had on any team that's participated in one of our events is like 2, as far as non-North American players.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, yeah, teams had a couple.
Maybe like when Kai and
that's what I was going to say. Iron Fox had like 3.
Fox. Yeah.
Yeah. That at least, and only like a couple of them played at a time at most. So, yeah, it's not like half that team was. It's not like they had 5 or 6 UK people at the same time. So yeah, that's gonna. Yeah, R.I.P. Iron Fox guy, definitely. Want to go with how is the seating and stuff going?
Well, there's a few teams that are actually making it difficult for me. Thank you, MT.
What? Oh yeah.
But pretty good. Like, I haven't done final seeding yet, not knowing exactly the final teams that are going to be on there and what their rosters will be. I will say this: no MT staff members or no staff members that are on a team period will have direct say over the seating. I'm going to take input from players from multiple teams, input from staff if they have any, and then pretty much going to go with myself and Swoko to determine the final bracket. That's what's going to happen. So just so players are aware that if you're mad about your seed, then send your hate mail my direction, I guess.
Don't they already do that?
Pretty common. So, so no, I mean, because I'm sure that people will have something to say about the seating, but no staff members that are actually on a team will have any direct input on the seating.
I don't think that makes any difference, since you only do what MT says anyway.
Well, that's true. We all know that's true.
Kappa.
Yeah, right. So,
Ooh, Albiard.
I'm going to take into account several different things. I'm going to take into account Wake Up, Master Theory, and Sudden Death, because they were invited teams that are still together, that are playing from that were placed in past tournaments and are continuing on. That will be weighted into their seeding. So that's not to say that they'll be the top 3 seeds, but rather if, say, Sudden Death and another team are very close, and that could be a toss-up which seed they would get, Sudden Death would take priority over that other team, because I would weight the fact that they're a returning team and that they were invited would be weighted into their seeding. So right now the only seeded team is Wake Up at number 1. Do you guys want to discuss kind of what Wake Up is doing right now? How they stand?
They're transitioning from goats to walruses.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting because, you know, when they played in Reach, when they dropped a single game in a series, it was like, oh my God, world is ending. And, you know, when they dropped a game to MT just in a scrim, and the forums blew up about it because that had never really happened before. And so they haven't dropped a series yet when it comes down to it in a competition, but they don't have that psychological power that they used to have of kind of being untouchable. So I could see them actually going down this tournament to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
A lot of their players are playing all PC games right now, and it doesn't seem like they kind of have that fire that they used to of, like, not wanting to lose ever, even if it's a scrim.
They seem to have lost a little
They
bit of
haven't
that
dropped a series in a competition.
Well, yeah, they have. They lost the Blacklisted.
In the competition?
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost. Yeah, they got knocked to the losers bracket by Blacklisted.
Oh, for some reason I thought that was just a scrim. I don't know why I thought that was just a scrim.
Nope.
I mean, I remember what you're talking about, though, because I got into this community at the Season 1 playoffs, and that final stream that Anthony was streaming out had like 300-something viewers. Was it them versus Prison Treatment, I think?
Yeah.
Finals? Yeah, and it was like, Woo wake up like won like 2 games in a row and then lost one, and like the entire chat, anyone who was in the BTB community, like blew up like, what the fuck just happened? And now it's like a commonality to see Woo like lose a series occasionally.
At least lose games. There was a.
And it doesn't seem to piss them off like it used to. It used to be like if they dropped a game, they were pissed and they were going to do something about it, and it doesn't seem like they have that same.
Yeah. I remember early in season 1, they tied. It wasn't even a loss. They tied to Black Screen, a team that had basically come out of like matchmaking. And that was like, not only was it like a huge deal to the community, but Wake Up came out the next series like really pissed. Yeah. They were like really angry.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even the Wake Up roster you see now. It was in my opinion, a weaker Wake Up roster back then. And they were just mad. They came out after they lost to Black Screen, and they played MT in the losers finals, and then had to play Blacklisted again in the grand finals of the winter tournament. They were pissed. They came out like better than I'd ever seen them.
Yeah.
And they've lost some of that killer instinct, like I said earlier.
Yeah, and a lot of that, and a lot of it's psychological too. I feel like that before, when it was like, oh my God, how are we going to beat them? And now they get beaten regularly, and so teams don't look at them the same anymore, I feel like.
It's true. It is true. Yeah, teams don't take them as big of a threat as they used to. Basically, I'd say there's probably 4 or 5 teams right now that think that they could beat Wake Up at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say pretty much the majority of this bracket could beat Woo. Pretty much evenly.
You give them a good day, and Woo, the way they've been playing, Wake Up loses.
Yeah. So we'll see how that falls out. I mean, they're still the #1 seed. They've won every tournament, every league.
They're 4-time champs.
Yeah, they're gonna keep that #1 seed. Obviously, they deserve it, but should be interesting to see if they retain it coming out of this tournament.
Yeah, I made a joke a few weeks ago calling Wake Up the final boss of BTBnet, and actually, if you look at it, it's become even closer to that. It's now like H3 final boss, where they actually started losing games and they had to start replacing players and stuff. Mm-hmm. They came out of Halo 2 without losing anything, and now there's been a change.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to go ahead and say if there was any other teams that you'd been looking at where they might end up.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, should I link this bracket in the?
Yeah, I put it in the. Ruben, did you get that link that I put in there earlier?
Okay.
Not on the Skep account.
This is not final. Obviously, there's some teams that I don't know about yet. We'll see if they actually end up in the bracket. There's some teams that I haven't decided their final seed yet. So, and some teams I really have no information on yet to seed them. So, take that with a grain of salt, but you can start looking at it. If Carbush does enter, which I am not sure that they will, I will give them the #2 seed. It would be because if they enter with the players that they were scrimming against Wake Up with earlier, which would be like Gandhi, Goseami, Maven, Formal, Pistola, Snipe Down, Hines, and I don't know who else. They had a few other players that they were swapping in and out. So I would give them the #2 seed. Period. There wouldn't, if they entered with those players, I don't see how you could not give them the number 2. So that would happen. They would get that.
They expect to play well, of course.
Yeah. What's interesting to me is like the 3 through 6, because you have Master Theory, you have United, you have Sever Gone, and you have Sudden Death. So right now for Sudden Death, I don't know how much they've been scrimming. I don't know what roster they're going to field or what they've been doing on these particular settings. So I want to see some of those links and see what they've been doing before deciding their seeds. Have they been scrimming much at all? Do you guys know?
Not as far as I know. I know they've been playing a lot, but not necessarily scrimming.
Yeah, there's a huge difference between playing matchmaking and scrimming on these settings. So I really don't know where SD stands right now, and I don't know what roster they're going to end up with either, which to me will make a difference. That's another one of the things. When I'm looking at seeding, I'm going to take into account the waiting for Master Theory, Sudden Death, and Wake Up for being returning teams and invited. I'm going to take into account how teams are performing in scrims, and I'm going to take into account what rosters they end up fielding. Because that's going to matter to me, to be honest. I mean, people always say, "Oh, you can't say top 8 or whatever," but it does matter. Let's be honest when you're talking about teams. So.
But you have a team when you only have a roster of 10 to 12. There's almost no reason why you shouldn't have your top 8.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of those teams haven't put down which
what their preferred 8 would be
from their 16. So until I see that, I'm not going to know exactly where they'll end up falling. So what's interesting to me is Sever Gone, Master Theory, and United. So I mean, MT is making it difficult for me, to be honest.
Consistency issues.
It's been so inconsistent, and I have you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
Yeah, we're like the most inconsistent team when it comes to practice. It's terrible.
I just blame Z. He went negative on Longbow.
Yeah, what the hell?
Well, here's the thing. It's like, didn't United 5-0 you guys? Not to bring up the subject.
Black Screen 5-0'd us.
But
not Black Screen, but Black Sheep.
5-0 you guys?
Yeah.
Seriously, there are days where it's like we 5-0 Black Sheep, and then we I forget who else we scrimmed that day, and we 4-0'd them, and then the next day we'll get 5-0'd by Black Sheep and 6-0'd by Wake Up. And then the next day we'll lose 4-2 to Wake Up, and then get 5-0'd by 5-0'd by United. I'm like, I don't even know.
Yeah, we I can give you a 3-day group there. We 3-2 with Wake Up, 5-0 Black Sheep, 4-0 Most Hated, 5-0 Perfect Mix. But the next day we get wiped out by Perfect Mix and Black Sheep.
Yeah. So I mean, it's hard for me to seed MT against, especially United, when it's you're dropping scrims to Perfect Mix and Black Sheep, who should be
the day before we wiped out. Yeah.
So
I don't get it.
I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do with you guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you.
Put us at the 4 seed.
So
we want the 5. We want the 5 seed.
Well, it depends. I'm looking at right now United for the 3 seed, but the other thing is Sever Gone, not knowing where Sever Gone is.
As far as I know, they only played 1 scrim, and they
they played 1 scrim, but see, also they didn't have
1.
And they didn't have Gilly and Gab in there either.
Really? Oh, okay.
No, they were not in that scrim. I don't think they were anyway. I'm pretty sure they weren't. So I don't know. I need to ask them and see what they're doing.
Looks like Winnie the Pro is asking in the chat if you got the links to his team scrims, and if they're in.
But I haven't gone through. I looked at a couple of them, but Waypoint makes looking at scrims difficult.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so there's your answer, Winnie.
I have looked. I did get your message, and I did start looking at it, but I hadn't looked at them all closely.
All right. Yeah. Okay, I want to give a quick rundown of the support we've been getting, which has been absolutely fantastic. We've been getting a lot of
accepted Incubat. I just don't know where you guys are going to be seated. I posted that in there. That's updated that you are.
Yeah. So right now we've been getting a lot of support from the community in general. Like 343 has been giving us a lot of support. We're on the front page of the bulletin for the tournament, and they've been really vocal in that they want to work with us at some point in the future on Twitter and on forums. We're on the front page of Halo Tracker. THC has also been helping out a whole bunch. We've gotten some retweets from Beyond Entertainment. Gandhi has also been a big vocal proponent of ours, which is great. I really appreciate that. It's a great thing. And a lot of other of the communities out there have been helping out as well. I want to give a quick thing to Halo Tracker. Halo Tracker has decided, along with, while the top team will be getting their share of that $1,000, the top number 2 and number 3, every player on those teams will get supporter status at Halo Tracker.
Oh, nice.
For free.
Yeah. For free. Right.
That's awesome.
Right. We also have a partnership that just came up with Squid Grips, and they will be providing us with some swag that will be also added to the prize pool. And 343 has also done the same thing. They have told me they will be giving us a pile of codes, map codes and avatar codes to also add to the pool. Let's see here. So that's I want to give a big shout out to those groups. That's fantastic. Thank you very much to them.
Yeah, that's awesome, because like with the $1,000, we wanted to put it all towards the number 1 team, because to make it like a bigger prize, a solid prize, and it makes it difficult to break up. By the time you're already like, breaking it up between 8 to 12 players, there's not much left for second, third place teams. So.
Yep. So yeah, I also have been talking to a couple other companies and some other people that are willing to donate and provide things for upcoming stuff. They didn't have time to get things together for next weekend, but for the next event, they have several things they would like to give to us. So that's awesome as well. So we have things for the future as well.
Cool. And I know that Dave has said, too, that he would be willing to help with upcoming tournaments. So we might, who knows, we might have another big money tournament, too.
Yep.
Big money.
Big money.
I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right? Do a quick 5-10 minute Q&A if anybody has any questions in the chats. Go ahead and throw them out there real quick.
Ask me your question.
Before we do our scrim.
Scrim.
Also, shout out to Addicted to Chaos.
Oh yeah.
Extra graphics and stuff.
She has been putting in work. Like the number of emails that I have from her with just graphics like out the ass is insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like, I don't know if anybody noticed that the new offline graphic is gorgeous. Oh, it's amazing.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's like a scene from our version of Exile. It's the powered down mantis against the back wall. It's actually really good looking.
Cool.
Yeah.
Will Crimson DLC maps required for this tournament? Have you decided on that yet, Molly?
I haven't fully decided, but I'm pretty much 90% sure that no, DLC won't be required. At least not for this tournament. I would hate for a lot of teams to sign up and then have to buy DLC. Depending on the teams that have it, I might go through and ask the players that have it. So down, and then if for certain rounds, if all the teams in the round have it, we might switch up. What they are. We have a set of games and game types all down for with DLC and without DLC. So if all the players in a round have the DLC, we might switch and put those maps in, but we'll see. It's not going to be required now.
Okay. Let's see. Can you have some Microsoft points? If we get 4 more viewers, you might get lucky in a drawing.
That's the best part. Get your friends to come.
That's right.
And we give you stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, Harold, that means no harvest, which in my opinion is one of the best maps available, honestly. But yeah, we can't expect everybody to have that right now. Probably the next one, I would think that that will be required. Has anybody got any more questions? We'll give it about 30 seconds here.
Ask me your questions.
Do you know if there's any more Carbush versus BTB scrims? As soon as Gandhi gets a party together, that will happen, I'm sure. He has expressed a lot of interest in wanting to do it again.
Yeah. That's the biggest part. Is that I think he's so busy with all of his podcasts combined with
yeah, he has like
AGL
4 shows
practice
now.
and stuff. So
yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, with all the upcoming 4v4 tournaments, the AGL one, but then also
UMG.
Yeah,
that UMG one is going to be huge.
Yeah, so and he's going to be commentating with that, and I know that Go Beyond was kind of partnering with them a little bit to do the maps and game types for it. So I know he's been pretty busy with that.
See here. Yes, Nor. Harvest is one of the best maps in BTB and Halo 4. Yes, there is no question. It is.
Ooh. Apparently we have 50 viewers.
Giveaway! Giveaway!
MLG Pros and BTB equals the best thing for BTB net. That is true. Let's all thank Swell for that. For setting that up. I'm sure that happens.
Hey man, free Swell! Free Swell, man. Alright.
Fluffy found a sword base remake. Can we get that in real quick? Can we get that on the file
just
share?
For Fluffy.
Play?
Just for Fluffy. But we're going to call it Walrus Base.
Are there unofficial settings for the castle map pack? I think John's been working on those, but not like a whole lot.
Yeah, he has ideas, but he hasn't put anything down, just because it seems like a waste of time right now.
Yeah, there's nothing in a file share.
I just really want to get some Forge maps going.
So do we.
Yeah,
we'd love to have actually
that's
people
kind of the next major thing that we'll be focusing on is trying to get some Forge maps. And I know Salty posted that he has a couple that he's working on. He's working on a tweaked Exile remake.
Yeah.
Which is Dog Fort.
Yeah.
And
he's working on a Gulch map with John.
Okay.
A pseudo Blood Gulch.
If you haven't posted, forever hold your peace.
Yeah, we're about to get stuff. Stuff.
Following status uncertain. Wheelman.
Wow.
Wheelman, Money Mitch.
I'm pretty sure he does follow. I'm pretty sure it's I rolled the dice too fast.
Yeah, Mitch follows.
Yeah,
Mitch
I'm 99% sure he follows.
I don't know that he does. Prove it, Mitch.
Mitch, you better hit the follow button, kid. Not even kidding right now.
I'll do it, Mitch. I'll do it.
Yeah, we'll re-roll. Don't think we won't.
Actually,
which
one is it?
He's following. He says he's following.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that Portal 2 background.
Portal 2 is the best.
Damn right it is.
Wheelman.
Alright. Alright, Mitch,
Okay.
you will be getting your Microsoft Points here in a moment.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Have some free stuff. We love you.
Yeah. Actually, only Jenny loves Mitch. No one else loves Mitch.
Yeah.
Tank Wheels loves Mitch.
Yeah, somehow he manages to have like mod in every Twitch stream too.
That's true. Every Twitch stream I go, I'll just pick a random one at like 3 a.m. Mitch is mod in there. I don't get it.
Just posting away.
Yeah.
And he lives
I'll
in
say
Iowa,
something
so
and Mitch will
Mitch,
pop
you
in
wanna
as
pick
mod.
up.
I'm like, how? Who is this?
Jenny gave up her. Okay, so is there anything else we have to discuss, or are you guys ready for that?
No, that's gonna be it. I think that we'll have a. Don't get ninja'd, Ruben.
What? I didn't get ninja'd.
I said don't get ninja'd.
Never.
I thought whoever that was
Wait.
gonna ninja you.
Never.
We will have. Hey. Say what?
Prolac is like, what's up with League? What's up with League? Right now, we're just running tournaments.
Yeah.
No.
I have
we
big
are playing
hopes
right
for
now.
a league during the summer. I'm not sure if that'll happen, but that's what I would like to happen.
Yeah. Right now
yeah,
we have a $1,000 tournament going on ProLec, which is coming up on Saturday. So we're not running League right now.
Yeah, he knows that. He's on Black Sheep. He's being weird.
Don't be weird, man.
He's stupid.
Don't be weird. So yeah, we have a Master 3 versus Perfect Mix scrim coming up in a few minutes. Stick around, and that'll be a great game.
Make sure to win it, because it's going to determine your seed.
Yeah, right. We have to win, or we're down to bottom 8. So yeah, stick around for that, and we will be right back.
Yep.
Hit that follow button, and thanks for watching. We will catch you in a moment.
Later.